Welcome to today's video blog. For today's video blog, I thought I'd do something new, a new series that I have in mind, where we go through my which side is better to do this? We go through my middle shelf, which is my keeper shelf. Yeah, the middle one is the books that I have read and loved and have a special place. They are my keepers. I am keeping these books because I loved them that much. This shelf over here is my to be read. And that's, yeah. So I figure I would, and this is going to be, so this video is not like 5 hours long. This is going to be a multi-part series where I think I'll pick like 5 books from my keeper shelf, and I'll read you the blurbs and what I remember about them, because some of them I loved them, but I don't remember them. But I love them enough that I want to keep them, perhaps to reread at some point in the future when I run out of the books that I still have to read. I'm laughing on the inside because that would never happen. So we'll do these, I think, like 5 books at a time, so that this doesn't go too long. Although I do like my long rambly videos. So the first one is Cheryl St. John's Land of Dreams. And let's read you the blurb. And it's a historical romance, as you can tell. Jewel of the Prairie. Ex-Major Booker Hayes has seen how much love this sun-kissed farmer's daughter had to give, and he wanted her in his life, as a mother to his orphan niece, and much more. For Taya was the first woman to ever make him long for home and hearth. Tall and dark as midnight, Booker Hayes had come across the plains and moved right into Taya's lonely heart, offering her a life that was a dream come true, a dream that could never be, until Taya learned to believe in Booker and in herself. I love this book so much. It's an arranged marriage trope, marriage of convenience kind of thing, which is so my thing. I loved it. I believe she runs an orphanage, and he marries her so that he could, I think, have custody of his niece, I think, when his sister dies. So, it was so good. So good. Land of Dreams by Cheryl St. John. Definitely read it. Read it. The next one is one of my favorite historical romance authors, and it's Victoria Alexander's The Prince's Bride. As a poor but proud young lady, Jocelyn Shelton had but one dream: to marry a prince and bring comfort to herself and her family. Now circumstances bring her to London, where her charms could make her wish come true. But her rendezvous with royalty is dangerously interrupted, and she finds herself rescued and thoroughly kissed by Rand Viscount Beaumont, a daring man in the service of the king. To protect her life, Rand whisks her away to the countryside, and to defend her reputation, he agrees to marry the wilful beauty. Lady Jocelyn is hardly his first choice as a bride, but beneath her fiery nature he uncovers a tender vulnerability and a sizzling passion. But Rand is keeping a shocking secret, one that, when revealed, could either shake her belief in him or make her realize that it takes more than blue blood to be a true prince. I don't remember what the secret is, but I do remember loving this book. And Victoria Alexander has amazing humor in her books, as well as gorgeous love scenes. And it has the insert. Oh, my beautiful insert covers that I love. So yeah, I definitely recommend The Prince's, not The Princess, but The Prince's Bride by Victoria Alexander. Oh, the next one is just Summer of the Soldiers by Sandra Chastain. One of my, look, these are all favorite books. One of my all-time favorite books. And it's that kind of the group of friends kind of thing that grow up and have these like interesting lives and intersected lives, and there's betrayal and crazy sauce and just good soapy goodness. So let's read the blurb. They grew up in the sultry heat of Galilee, Georgia, 4 high school girls on the brink of womanhood. They shared hopes and dreams of a bright future where anything was possible, but their innocent lives changed forever in the summer of their senior year, the summer the soldiers came to town. Susan, Galilee's good girl, all she ever wanted was to marry and raise a family, until she met a very special soldier who opened her eyes to a world far beyond her simple dreams and desires. Margie, the easy girl, who was determined to be somebody, but she gave herself, body, and soul to a dark-eyed stranger, and her heart broke when she discovered his devastating secret. I don't remember what the secret was. I think maybe he was married? Joellen, born on the wrong side of the tracks, her ambitions would take her far from home. Betrayed by the man she loved, she learned too late that bartering her body for sex and power meant paying the price with her heart. Glory, rich, beautiful, and wild, she was ruled by a forbidden passion. She would have her revenge in the arms of a willing soldier, only to be forced into wedlock with a man she could never love. I remember Glory the most from this book. So I think Glory was my favorite character, but I could be wrong. But I remember Glory the most from this book. I loved this book. Through 30 years of tears and joy and tragedy and triumph, they were bound by the fierce and tender bonds of friendship and loyalty, and by the memory of that special summer when they first knew love. Such a good book. So good. Yeah, go read it, definitely. Kinley McGregor's Taming the Scotsman. I love Kinley McGregor's historical romances. She writes as Sherilyn Kenyon. She writes her paranormal romances. Not a biggest fan of those, but I did love her historical, and I think there is a little or at least her Highland books. I think there's a bit of paranormal ish in there. I think with like time travel. This one is Taming the Scotsman, Kinley McGregor. No one can tell the hot-blooded Scottish lass whom to marry, but the much-feared man Nora runs to for protection may be more perilous to her heart than any unwanted groom, and much more difficult to tame. I remember nothing about this book, but I do know that I loved it enough to keep it on my keeper shelf. So yeah, so good, so good. The last one is trying to see. Yes, Lorenzo Carcaterra's Paradise City. For those of you unfamiliar with Lorenzo Carcaterra, he was the author of the book that was turned into a movie, Sleepers, with Brad Pitt, Billy, and that came out, I believe, in the late 90s. I think it was around the same time as Titanic came out, I think. And it was just one of my favorite movies of all time. Read the book, one of my favorite books of all time. It too is on my keeper shelf. We'll get to that at some point as well. This one is by the same author, and let's read the back here. Giancarlo Lomanto is a dogged detective on the Naples Police Force Homicide Division, the most dangerous beat in Europe. When his teenage niece goes missing in New York City, Jan arranges for a temporary assignment with the NYPD. Jan knows the city streets. He lived in New York until he was 15, when he watched his father die in a hail of bullets. In Manhattan, Jan is partnered with Jennifer Fabini, a gifted officer with her own personal demons. Together, they must solve a disappearance that appears to be a kidnapping, but turns out to be a deadly trap, igniting a decades-long blood feud that links old-world honor and modern day danger, and ends in a dizzying explosion of the present and the past. Y'all, I am here for mobsters. Mobster romance, so much so that my Blood Vows series, my trilogy, is because I thought that there wasn't enough mafia romance in for my liking. I wrote them, so I love mobster stories. I don't know why, but that's in here. Let me just tell you, there's a connection with the mob that the male character is not even, like, I think, aware of, if I remember correctly. But it's just, this book is so good. I would definitely recommend it. Paradise City by Lorenzo Carcaterra. And we'll talk about it in another video, but Sleepers, Lorenzo Carcaterra. Look it up on Amazon. Oh my god. So good. So that is going to be it for this week's video blog. That's a little look at 5 books on my keeper shelf. And so I hope that you're looking forward to the next 5 that we do, sometime before the second coming, when I do another set of video blogs. So follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/authorejamie. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/authorejamie, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!